most of the time.
NBN will definitely be faster than ADSL, and because I'm a pedant, I'll also say that in most cases it will be faster than ADSL2 or ADSL2 Plus.
Now there are some caveats to that, obviously. If you opt for the lowest speed tier NBN plan, the 12 megabit plan, then no, ADSL can jump ahead of that. If you're quite close to the exchange and you're on good copper, you could get a faster speed than that with ADSL.
So you can see, theoretically, the lowest NBN speed tier is lower than the theoretical maximum of ADSL2 Plus. In the real world, there are so many factors that can influence actual speeds.
So yes, it should be faster. Might not be heaps faster, but it'll be faster.
So the NBN's potential impact on business can be quite profound. Australia recently has been dropping down in the worldwide broadband ladder, and that impacts the way that businesses can operate, whether you're sending large files, downloading files, video conferencing.
So they can hold meetings without having to travel. In practice, it hasn't always worked out that well, especially for people on those slower connections, but it should make it much more possible for people, especially in regional areas.
It should allow for businesses in more remote locations to compete fully on the world stage, but also businesses in metropolitan areas to communicate with remote businesses or open up new business opportunities.
NBN will use Optus cable in some places. The Optus cable was purchased by NBN so that they could make use of it, but truth to tell, they found out that a lot of it was in really ratty condition and they've decided to use something else. So just because you've got Optus cable now doesn't necessarily mean that that's how you'll get NBN in the future.
So basically, as they're rolling it out, they're deciding to do different things with it, and they're actually rolling out a technology called fiber to the curb, which they spell with a C, which it shouldn't be. But basically, rather than going to a node, they're going to the connection point right near your house, which is basically an interim, or not an interim, but an in-between technology from fiber to the node and fiber to the premises, which actually works out pretty good for the end user. Then, too bad.
Well, strictly speaking, you don't have to have it. But if you don't have to have it, then this video is going to suddenly...
The goal is to switch off the ADSL copper network across the country, so you will need to switch.
The reality is that when your premises or your home or your business is declared to be NBN ready, there is typically an 18-month window in which ADSL services will progressively be switched off. For some provision types, that may even be faster, and be ready to switch over, because if you want a fixed line internet service in Australia, you're going to have to get onto the NBN.